How was this night?
We had kind of a tough night all night long. We weren't ever exactly great like we like to be. You know, we weren't bad either. Both our heat races had to start pretty far back.
Yeah.
We ran second in both of them. And then the main event, the racetrack was it was pretty rough. Cars weren't set up quite right to get through the holes like we needed to. But I think we still came home with third in the modified and fourth in the late model. So 2 top 5s, nothing to hang our hats on, a good points night. Cars aren't too tore up, we're gonna drive them both in the trailer. So overall, a decent night, just nothing stellar. Like last time we were here, we had a pretty good night and just about won both divisions, like you said. But you know, we have good nights and bad nights. Tonight we'll just take a mediocre one at that and keep on trucking.
So you might be leading in the points right now for super late model. Not really sure how the points stack up. When you're racing on a track in the super late model class, you ever think about the points, or you always race for the win?
I'm about the world's worst points racer, is what my crew guys say. I couldn't actually tell you anything about what the points are currently. It's probably something I should pay attention to, but no, I just like to win races. I figure my philosophy is if you win all the races, you're gonna win the points deal, right? So I just try to win. And you know, this year now that we're actually racing for some money, you know, there's some more calculated risks going on, not just gonna go for it and maybe finish, you know, not finish. But at the same time, I'm still just here to win. And so, no, I think we were coming into tonight. I think I heard that we were leading. I bet we probably still are. We gave up some for sure. But I'm sure we're still out front with it.
And looking at your record right before I showed up here, you won a lot of races at Willamette, Modified, super late model. You won a lot of races at Grove, both classes, and Sunset. I mean, you looking at your record, I mean, you had a lot of years experience. You winning all these races. What's the reason for that? Experience, or crew, or family, or what?
Hard work. Yeah, I've been racing for going on 10 years, you know, which is, you know, saying something when you're only 21. But no, I've had some pretty awesome support since the day I started. Always been in pretty good equipment and always had a lot of people around me that cared to make us better. So we've been fortunate enough to kind of excel at everything we've strapped into. You know, we always, you know, it doesn't take super long and we're winning races, you know. So I think it's a conglomeration of good support, a lot of effort, you know, desire. I mean, it really is. This is probably one of the most demanding sports there is, as far as the amount of commitment you have to make as far as monetarily and just physically. I mean, the guy that works harder usually wins. So that's my favorite part of the sport myself. But we're able to kind of take that and usually snowball it into some pretty good results so far. You know, hopefully we can just keep going.
Looking at the internet, reading a lot of stuff, I know you go to other states also and race, Arizona and wherever else you race at. Will you be doing that again this off season, or later in the year, or first of the year?
Yeah, during the race season, we don't really, you know, we don't race just one place. I mean, we're racing the late model for points here. It's the first time we've done that in probably 4 years. We just like to travel wherever, you know, big paying races, prestigious races, and we want to hit those and try to get our names on the back of as many t-shirts as we can. But this year we're gonna run all, I think there's 16 super late model races at Willamette this year. So we're gonna run those, and then this year we've already been to Cottage Grove, Willamette, Madras, Elma, Washington, Banks, Sunset Speedway. We've already been to all them places, and then next week we start Speed Week, so we'll be at Wairika, California, Medford, Coos Bay, Cottage Grove, here, Banks. You know, we like to travel, and then yeah, in the off season, as often as I can, I try to get ready to go and head to Arizona for as long as I can. I think this year we were down there for a few weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. We got to run, you know, 10 races or something. They race pretty much every day of the week down there in the winter. So it's a pretty cool gig to go and get a little start on the season before everyone else really gets a chance to get their program going, where you already got, 10, 12 races under our belt.
You're still real young right now. What do you want to do in the future as far as what level you want to be at? I mean, you're racing Willamette right now and you're going into other states also, but what do you want to do in the future?
I'm realistic about it. 21, don't have a ton of financial backing behind me to go anywhere as in a racing career, as far as going to travel in the country racing dirt cars or NASCAR or anything like that. It just takes insane amounts of money. I did, once upon a time, I did have some meetings with some truck team guys, and the money necessary to get to that level is pretty insane, as well as talent. All the up and coming kids have tons of talent, but also some financial backing behind them. So I'm content. I have a career starting. Love living in Oregon. Just kind of gonna try to be one of the best regional racers around that we can be. And when we get to travel, I want to take that opportunity and see if we can't run with the best wherever we want to go.
And so you have a regular Monday through Friday job?
I do.
Okay.
7 to 4 every Monday through Friday we do that, and then nighttime we work on race cars and service other people's cars. That's how we kind of pay for it. Usually put in 5 or 6 hours every night in the race shop, working on our stuff and everyone else's stuff, and it keeps you busy. But no, I'm perfectly happy with where we're at. Our program's getting just better and better with time and being able to invest more into it and be able to put in a little more time and get it better. I'm pretty happy with where we're at.
The late model vehicle that you have right now, the race car, what does it cost for somebody like me to look into buying one?
So this car, like this one's 10 years old. It's probably one of the older cars in the field. We just kind of freshen it up and do some upgrades here and there. But like a brand new car, if you're just gonna go buy, top of the line stuff, a car, a roller, you would be in it, between $30,000 and $40,000. And then if you're gonna go out and have the best money can buy in the motor department, you're gonna be in there. All your drivetrain, your seat and stuff, you're gonna be in another, $50,000, $70,000. So I mean, we're racing $100,000 race cars. This one I keep it, even though it's so old, because of I can't afford, newer stuff, and we can still compete with this. Then we actually run a crate motor, so our motor expense is way down too.
Yeah.
This thing $8,000. We have a brand new motor, so I don't. It is a very expensive sport. A modified car is just a little less than that, but you get paid for how well you do. I mean, you get paid for success, pocket change compared to what we spend, but nonetheless, it makes you want to do things even better.
With the reading articles and everything like that about fans, speedways needing more fans and everything, you have any ideas of how to bring more fans out at the racetracks?
Well, fortunately, I mean, 9 times out of 10, it seems like you talk to somebody that's there for the first time ever, and they're coming back. So I think we got to do as a sport, because really our sport depends on fans coming to watch and enjoying it and buying beer and hot dogs and coming back next week. That's what makes this sport live on. Without the fans, we got to quit. But fortunately, it seems like racing is so. We just got to get people here. Whether that's advertising or of any sort. I don't know. I'm not a promoter by any means, but I think once we get people here, we usually get them pretty hooked. And drivers, I think I can speak for all drivers. We try to do a pretty good job of keeping a good relationship and being friendly and signing as many autographs and taking as many pictures as you need, and make it feel like they're part of the experience. Because really, I mean, sounds kind of hokey, but without them, we have no sport. So keeping fans is a huge deal.
with this sport being so expensive, and it's a big hobby or expensive, it's sport, it can be a hobby, whatever they call it. You don't do it full time for money or whatever, but what can the Speedway owners do, the Speedway, to help the guys who race the cars? What can you think they do to help you guys to race each and every weekend and make it easier on you guys?
I feel like all the racetracks, I mean, they do a decent job. All of them have their flaws, you know. I mean, it's just keeping my head clear that, you know, a racetrack without racers, just like a racer without a fans don't have a sport, or a racetrack without racers doesn't have a racetrack, you know. So keeping drivers happy and making the pay decent enough that it's worthwhile for them, worthwhile for us is important. And making sure we have good track surface to work with and put on a good show so we can keep the fans coming back. And you know, every time they leave, we need them thinking we need to come back next week.
And lastly, why the nickname Superman?
It didn't even come from racing cars. Actually, it came from the sand dunes. When I played in the sand dunes quite a bit on ATVs, and when I was young, it was probably 10 to 12-ish, and you know, I was already riding quite a bit bigger bike and racing some, and was pretty decent at playing on quads. And someone called me Superman one time after we were out hitting this jump deal, and it just kind of stuck. And the next thing you know, we got written on the side of the car, and then we took the number off and just put an S on. It's awesome because of the fan interaction, you know, especially the kids. They love the Superman. It's
right.
It keeps them, you know, it keeps me, you know, looking good and having support. It keeps the racetrack looking good and having support. So it's really a win-win, you know, and it gets you lots of attention either way.
Right. My son likes a nickname too, so that's why he's your favorite driver. So he likes Superman nickname. But thanks for the interview.
No, not a problem. Thank you guys for coming.
Okay, thank you.